Death Note is the latest Netflix original film, and it is directed by Adam Wingard, written by Jeremy Slater, and it stars Nat Wolff, Lakeith Stanfield, Margaret Qualley, and Willem Dafoe. This, of course, is based on a manga and anime of the same name, which are very famous around the world, and it's about Light Turner, who one day at school finds this mysterious notebook falling from the sky and picks it up, and he finds out that it has the power to kill any person whose name he writes in it. Light decides to launch a secret crusade to get rid of criminals in the world, but soon discovers that he himself is being pursued by a mysterious detective known as L. I'm a huge fan of the manga and anime, and just yesterday I binge watched the entire anime again. And let's start with what I liked about this film. I like how much it deviates from the anime. It takes its chances, it tries to do something different and look like something different. I really like how they make this truly an adaptation and not just transfer aspects from the anime or manga into a film. They do change a lot of that because of course the anime is in Japan and this movie is set in Seattle, and I really enjoy that. Light and Mia's relationship is very interesting. The basis is there for what they did in the anime, but they have an actually really cool take on it, which I thought brought a new edge into at least Mia's character. Of course, she is clearly based on Misa, but she's a much better character, and in fact, I really enjoyed this relationship in the film more than I enjoyed the relationship and dynamic in the anime. This one is very much more interesting than they did in the anime, and it brings out a lot of the characters, and they do bring out a lot of each other. Lakeith Stanfield is a standout in this film. I really like what he did with the character he was given to work with. L in this film has an edge to him. He's not as relaxed or easygoing as he is in the anime. There's a lot to dissect with this character, and I thought Lakeith Stanfield did a great job with him. And Willem Dafoe is just excellent as Ryuk. His voice alone is tremendously well cast for this role. You can hear it in the trailers. This is a walk in the park for him, but he does it oh so perfectly. And he did motion capture for it as well, and I think Ryuk does look great. He doesn't look perfect, he's not exactly looking like the anime, but that's not exactly the problem I have with him. He is not in the movie much, but I like that they did that with him, because it fed more into the mystery of this character and what they could possibly do with him in the future, maybe in another movie, or maybe turning into a live-action series, which in my mind would be the best idea. Let's go into what I didn't like, however. Nat Wolff, he's just a very bland actor. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he is a bad actor. I don't think he can't be good in a role. But here, he is just so flat. And in fact, so is Light. Light becomes your typical angst teen in this film. He's described as a bright character. The only thing you get from that is that in the beginning, he is being paid to do somebody else's homework, and he's right. Also, in the first moment he meets Ryuk, Light freaks out, and it's just so bad. I was laughing at him of how bad it was. I really like his relationship with his father. The basis is on there, but it never really fleshes out, and that's the problem most of this film. You get sections and moments of understanding what the character motivations are, but you never get to delve into it. It is all very surface level. The character development is there, but this movie never has a moment to breathe and have the perspective of certain characters change about certain aspects of what they are doing and how they are doing it. L in this film, I like the take on the character, I like what Lakeith Stanfield did with the character, but the tension that you find in the anime between these two characters, their mind games with each other, their mental chess game, it's dead in here. The first moment these two characters meet, the tension dies right there, and L in this film is not very good at hiding himself. He shows up in public, and yeah, he wears a mask, but not for long, to be honest. And I did like Ryuk, but the way they change his motivations opens up a lot, and I mean a lot of plot holes that make this movie make so little sense. And I know I'm talking about a god of death who gives you a notebook with which you can kill people. My point stands if you see the movie, trust me. I do like the direction of this movie, however. The camera work with Adam Wingard is very good. His visual storytelling is very good. This is a talented director who has done good movies in the past, and even his not so good movies, his direction has stood up. The cinematography is nice. I like how bleak and gritty the movie looks. And I like also the visual effects. The visual effects in here are very good. And again, with Adam Wingard's direction, they stand up very well and they make the most of these visual effects. And also the deaths can be very interesting with the way the notebook works in this film. Death Note is an interesting take on the subject matter, but it never really fleshes out its world, or its characters, or its events, or the consequences of these events, be it on the world or psychologically on our characters. It feels pretty inconsequential, and there's a pretty big deus ex machina moment by the end. The way people start to call out Kira, it's very bland, just like Kira himself in this film. Everything feels so bland and superficial, you never really get to dive into what you are watching, and that leaves you very flat by the end. Death Note is not a good movie. However, it is not horrible, and it's far from being the worst anime adaptation I've ever seen. I will say give it a chance, especially because it's on Netflix, but for die-hard anime fans, if you want everything to be faithful and exactly the same, don't watch it. And I have to say that whether you watch this or not, your heart will go on. What did you think of Death Note, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite character from the anime or the manga. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the freaking best. Tomorrow we have the first episode of Movie News and I can't wait to try it out. And so until then, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!